All right, so good morning, everybody. My name is David Franzen, and I am the co-founder and CEO of Nocto, the future of hospitality. Now, before we look into what exactly Nocto is and the value that we create, I'd like to take a macro perspective look at the industry of hospitality and tourism. So we all know that these two industries, hospitality and tourism, have been among the hardest hit industries as a result of COVID-19. But we also know that crisis equals opportunity. And before we start looking into what the potential solutions can be for this crisis, we must first understand who are the victims in this crisis. And we must realize that it is both the consumers who are now unable to enjoy their life as they used to in the same way. And of course, also businesses that have been dramatically affected by their ability to generate revenue, pay their staff, and essentially even survive. So there needs to be a solution that caters to both the B2C market as well as to the B2B market in this next generation of hospitality solutions. And also that this crisis means that the hospitality industry, which traditionally has been very old school, must become more modern, and most likely it must be using data as a way in which to become more modern. So as a kind of a conclusion out of just looking at these trends, we realize that any company that can take advantage of these trends will be able to set the standard for the future of hospitality. And that is where Nocto comes in. So how will Nocto actually set the standard for the future of hospitality? So Nocto, in kind of our one-liner, is a data-driven social media platform where we match consumers with hospitality businesses in real time. And we do this through the use of two products that we've developed, software solutions. One of them is a free consumer social media app. You can think of it kind of like an Instagram specifically focusing on hospitality. And on the other side, for businesses, so when I say businesses, I'm referring to venues, so bars, clubs, cafes, restaurants, hotels. We also serve event organizers through this, and now also beverage brands through this business platform, where we've created a marketing and data tool for these sites. So how does it actually work? Well, the Nocto app helps consumers to find, enjoy, and share the best hospitality experiences. The Nocto business platform helps venues and brands to effectively attract both existing and new guests, but also to bond and build relationships with existing and new guests. And while these two were the core value propositions that we created, actually them two together have created a third value proposition where Nocto now also is working with governments, where we can support a safe, modern, and more livable urban city. So to look into the details of how this actually works, and due to the time limitation, I will go a little bit faster through these slides. But in short, the problem for consumers at a high level is the fact that there are a lot of unanswered questions. And I'm sure that you can recognize some of these questions, right? Where should we go? You might end up going to the same place a lot. So isn't there a new place that we can try, right? Do we need a reservation? Is there space? Are they open? How is their menu, right? How are their reviews? Is it good value for money? There's a lot of questions that are currently difficult to answer in an effective way and in real time as well. And there at the bottom, you can also see that the concept of social media has seen an explosion over the last 5 and 10 years, and is likely to become really, or to establish itself as a place and as a thing that a lot of people spend their time on. Yet there is no leading social media platform specifically for hospitality. So that takes us into the Nocto solution that we've built. And I do have a little video here. It's just 30 seconds that I hope then will explain further how the app works. Please let me know if you can, if you cannot hear, I don't know why it skipped to the next, if you cannot hear the sound.
How did you know where to go?
Sorry, I will go back into present mode first. My apologies. Let me see, yeah.
How did you know where to go? Nocto helps you be at the right place at the right time. Find the best events around you. See real-time pictures and videos from inside the hotspots. When you share the experiences in the Nocto app, you will be rewarded with digital tokens, the Nocs. You can spend the Nocs on drinks, snacks, entrance tickets, and more in bars, clubs, restaurants, and hotels. Nocto, the future of hospitality.
Yes. So I realized that was a very short video, only 30 seconds. But of course, in the Q&A, I am also happy to explain further a little bit more about how the app works. But in short, you can see pictures and videos of what's going on around you in real time. When you contribute by posting your own pictures and videos, you can earn tokens, or actually, I have a slide about that in just a moment. So I will get back into that kind of recap. But coming back to the fact that we then also have a B2B solution. Again, of course, we need to look at what are the problems for the industry. Again, due to the time, I won't go into too much detail here, but the problem for venues is that the current data and marketing solutions, which are primarily Facebook and Instagram, also have their issues. Facebook is seeing a huge reduction in use, especially from the younger demographics, and Instagram, as the market leader, is becoming increasingly expensive. It's also the case that bar managers are not data analytics experts, nor are they digital marketing experts. So they either have to spend a lot of time or they have to hire somebody to do this, which is very problematic. So likewise, I have a short presentation from one of our clients. So this is from the operations manager at the Mercure Hotel in the city center of The Hague. The video is in Dutch, but there are English subtitles, so we can hear his words rather than mine.
Ik ben Bram van der Zand. Ik werk als operations manager hier op Mercure Den Haag Central. Wij denken dat Nocto zeker een goede tool is om een nieuw publiek te bereiken. Doordat wij events posten, bijvoorbeeld wanneer we live muziek hebben of hier een leuke actie in de bar, kunnen we dat via de agenda delen. En het is leuk als de gasten ook hun insight sharen. Daarbij kunnen we ook zien uit de statistieken dat wij meer gasten hier uit Den Haag bereiken. En dat was wel een groot doel van ons om door middel van Nocto te bereiken.
Yes. So we are currently, oh, it's played again, the video. I want that, exactly. So this is kind of what I started to explain of how the whole ecosystem works. And it was very important for us to create a circular and sustainable Nocto ecosystem. And we've been able to do this through the use of our own hospitality token that we call the NOC. So what happened is that we started by issuing 1 million NOCs, which you can see here in step 1. Then people can then earn these NOCs through the app by getting, for every 10 likes that they get on a post, but also by inviting their friends. The people can then spend these tokens through the app to buy drinks, entrances, snacks, or essentially anything else at the venues that are participating in our ecosystem. And when the consumers spend their tokens, the venues are actually earning their tokens. So it's a normal transaction here between step 3 and step 4, which means that the venues now have these tokens. And through the business platform, in addition to being able to do things by being a paid client, they can also spend those tokens to do extra things. For example, sending out push notifications or boosting events, which means that we've created a circular, sustainable, and organic growth system for all involved. Currently, just some high-level milestones that we've achieved. So we are working now with more than 250 clients in the Netherlands. We have about 20,000 app users. We have won numerous challenges. For example, here, the most innovative tool for nightlife during the pandemic. We have been featured in press. We have some large clients, including Accor Hotels, the government of South Holland, and also then Kettle One, which is our launching customer for the branded deal that I'm happy to tell you a little bit more also about in the Q&A. And we are now approaching 100,000 euros in cumulative revenue. And this is all during the COVID crisis, which is, of course, our industry completely almost closed compared to what is the potential for it to do. Just briefly, a little bit about myself and my co-founder, Mark. So I studied business administration and entrepreneurship. I used to work in logistics and operations at Foodora, which is a big food delivery platform. I'm also an advisor to multiple other startups in SaaS and marketplaces, and I take care primarily of the strategy, admin, finances, and product development. And my co-founder, Mark, who studied media and entertainment management, is much more on the operational side, so he takes care of the sales and the marketing. In terms of our proposition at this point, so we are now generating revenue. We've actually declared a profit for the last 2 quarters in a row, but we are now looking to raise funding to accelerate our growth. We're looking for 500,000 euros, and this is for equity, and this will enable us to, within 9 months, become what we hope to be then, of course, the market leader in the Netherlands. We know that we will be looking to raise further funding later on the line for then international expansion. But for now, we're really fully focused on becoming market leaders in the Netherlands. And then, of course, next step will be growth beyond the Dutch borders. And we see already potential exits by either potentially an acquisition by Facebook, Snapchat, TripAdvisor, a data company, or also perhaps a global brand. And the strategic investors that we're looking for have experience in hospitality, working with brands, tourism, SaaS, but also data analytics and marketing is going to be very key. So I'd like to thank you for your attention. My name has been David Franzen, and I'd like to end here by saying that I'm sure you have heard of the saying carpe diem, to seize the day. Well, at Nocto, we carpe noctem, we seize the night. So I'd like to thank you for your attention, and I'm happy, of course, to answer any questions that you might have.
Thank you, David, for the wonderful presentation. Looking forward for some questions.
So can you put some light on competition, David? Do you have any data in your market?
Yes, certainly. So that's a very interesting question also that we ourselves are looking into a lot, because a lot of things have changed now in our industry. Prior to COVID, we had a lot of competitors that actually currently don't exist anymore. They were not able to survive the crisis. And as mentioned, we were actually even able now to generate profit over the last 2 quarters. But we do a lot of different things. So for consumers, we have an event list. So we have competitors that do specifically event lists. We also have a pictures and video feed. So there we essentially compete with Instagram. We also have a map. So we have a number of different competitors across each of the elements that we do. But because our offering is a bit more of an all-in-one solution for both consumers and businesses, we are yet to come across another company that offers an all-in-one hospitality niche service like we do.
Can I ask how much does it cost to really get the citizens to download your app? Because do you have a business if they don't download the app, and what does it cost to really implement that enough people are using the app? That's the biggest challenge.
That's a very good question. So absolutely, no, we do suffer from the classic problem that SaaS platforms have, is the chicken and the egg. We need users to get our B2B clients, and we need the B2B clients to get our users. But we are happy with our ability to have overcome this problem. So we have spent to date less than 5,000 euros on marketing in total, and have now generated more than 20,000 users. So we have a very low customer acquisition cost on the B2C side. Also then through our collaborations with the brands, we are also able to get in touch with a lot of customers essentially for free. So we have, I think for our customer acquisition cost on the app side, it costs about 70 cents per user, which is quite low. Yeah. But yeah, we do need users, but for now, working with student associations, working with DJs as influencers, we do a lot of influencer marketing. So it's been quite a lucrative business so far.
Any more questions?
Maybe I can just take this opportunity to share something more a little bit that I didn't want to put into the primary presentation due to time. But as I mentioned, that in the with the tokens, you can spend your tokens to buy drinks or entrances or queue skips. And traditionally, those have been generic. So you can buy, for example, a beer or a wine or a shot, if we look at the beverage market. But we've now recently introduced the concept of branded deals. So our consumers now, our app users, have the ability not just to buy a beer, but have the ability now then to buy a Heineken beer, for example. And for that, which makes it very interesting also for these brands, because Nocto now becomes a marketing channel for them to present their brand to a new customer demographic. But also, perhaps more importantly, is that these brands get access to consumer demographics that they have not had access to in the past. So we are now, Nocto is a data company, data software company, helping consumers, helping venues, so physical locations in hospitality. We help governments to make their local cities more livable, more modern, more safe from also a COVID perspective, and also now recently introduced value proposition to brands. And this is a channel that we're leveraging now to expand very quickly, because working with these massive organizations that have enormous reach, we can also reach new customers and new clients at no cost essentially for ourselves, simply because they want to promote us because they get value through our system. So that's something that they're not charging a cent for to introduce us to their client base already.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
Thank you, David, for providing additional details. Thank you. We will be in touch with you for further questions and all the information. I hope you have a great day ahead. Thank you.